talking about a great topic that every intentional realtor needs. Once you find yourself in real estate, you cannot do without negotiation. Is very, very important. In fact, negotiation is what we do daily. It might not be in real estate, but as long as you buy things, you want to get a contract, you want things to come your way, you have to find yourself in the negotiation table, right? But in real estate, it is a must. It is something that happens every now and then. So, as an intentional realtor, you need the skills. You need to know how to negotiate. Last week I think I mentioned that. You know, Negotiation is also psychological, especially if you are doing a physical negotiation. For someone like me, if I'm doing a physical negotiation, I want to look at you. I'm going to look at the movement of your lips. I'm going to look at your body language. It entails all of these things. Because if I'm trying to get a deal out of the table and your body language is not agreeing with me, I can easily know the next line of action. Even if you are telling me yes and your body language is saying no, I know that, oh, it still means that you are not satisfied yet. It still means that this deal is not giving you the best. And last week we talked about the fact that as an intentional realtor, you must be able to create a win-win situation, a win-win scenario, right? So even if you are telling me yes and your body language is not telling me yes, I still know the questions to ask. Guys, trust me, it is a skill. And take it or leave it, everybody needs it. Everybody needs it. If you want to truly be successful in this real estate, everybody needs it. So last week we were able to talk about a lot of things, which Oyinda Mola has done justice to. But I just want to re-emphasize on this. Now, as a realtor, I want you to know that some of your prospects, some of your potential buyers, the only way they can feel that they win in negotiation is for them to reduce price. Don't let anybody deceive you. It is so, let me even say 95% of them, the only way they can feel that, oh, I just won in this negotiation is for them to reduce price. Now, as a skilled realtor, you have to change that narrative. Because the moment you keep subscribing to that, oh, give me discounts, do this, I have to reduce this, don't you think it is too expensive and all of that, and you keep giving discounts, you keep reducing it, it means that I'm not saying that discount is bad. Of course, there are a lot of scenarios that you have to give discounts, right? You have to reduce your price. But what the point I'm trying to nail down is it shouldn't be every time. But I can tell you based on my experience that a lot of your potential buyers, they really want to bring down your price. Everybody wants to save money. So it is your job to make sure that you are able to maintain the price. Because the moment you bring down the price, it is more or less like reducing the value of that property. For us as a company that, in most cases, we give you survey, we give you corner piece, we make sure that we develop the property to a good extent, we put it in a good, in an enticing position and all of that, and we are still maintaining affordability. So imagine we saying that a plot is 1.5 million naira and a client is telling us that can I pay 1 million naira. So it is more or less like, for me, I would just say, oh, probably I just give you the land. It's more or less like want to give you the land. That is the simple meaning as far as I'm concerned, right? So for us that we've considered a lot of values, we've attached a lot of values to the products, and you still want to reduce the price. So automatically you are taking down the value. That is what it means. So as a skilled realtor, you must always correct that impression about all potential buyers. They always want to bring down your price. Everybody wants to do that. Even you too, when you want to buy something, you always want to price it. I do it as well. I always want to bring down the price. But why would I still pay the price that was mentioned in the first place? Everybody wants to see value. So as a skilled realtor, you must be able to, mention the values attached over and over and over again. If you anchor the price properly, if you anchor properly, the negotiation usually revolves around your number, not the client's expectation. We talked about, anchoring. Abi, we talked about it last week, that anchoring the price. So if you can anchor the price properly, the negotiation will usually revolve around your number. See, let me tell you the truth. There are a lot of potential buyers that, if they are given the opportunity, they can even tell you that, can you give me this product for free? Just like I believe nobody likes debit alert. Nobody likes it. So if I'm going to be debited, I want to know the reason. So you would do yourself a lot of good if you can anchor the price properly and you keep re-emphasizing on the value your product is carrying. And that is why we keep on saying that, how do you even know the value of your product when you've not mastered your product? All these things, they work together. Any product that you've not mastered, you cannot effectively pitch the value. That is the truth. You cannot effectively pitch the value. The only value your potential buyer might want to hear is the precise minutes from a major landmark. It might only be that. All these people you are selling to, they have different personalities. You can tell them, as valuable as a registered survey in their name is, that we all know. You can tell Mr. A, and because Mr. A is a first-time property buyer, they might not really see value in that register survey. They might not see value in other things you'll be mentioning. But one thing that they might classify as value, they want to know the precise minutes from a major landmark to that project. Now, when you tell them that, oh, from this university, from Dennis Osadebe University to site is 18 minutes, that is the only value they are holding on to. And that might be the only reason they will be paying. And probably you are making the mistake of only telling them that, see, if you buy this project, it is currently selling at a pre-order price. If you buy it, you are going to get a registered survey, because they might not even be a first-time property buyer. They might have been buying it, but they don't know the value of getting a registered survey. As a professional surveyor, I've once rendered a service to someone, millions of naira, and after carrying out the entire survey of the land, I had to deliver the survey plans. Do you know what he said first? He was like, "Oh, so I paid millions of naira just to get papers." Just look at that. Just look at that. And I had to start explaining the importance of the paper, why the paper, and all of that. Do you get it? So a lot of people, they tend to think in that direction. They might not really know the value of the register survey you keep mentioning. Why it is important? The point I'm trying to nail down is, see, every value your product is carrying, you must know it. You must mention every value, and that will go a long way to help you. So you must anchor the price properly. You must anchor properly, right? You must be able to state all the values, because they might just, everything you just mentioned, it might just be one that will eventually convince them to buy. So if you anchor properly, the negotiation usually revolves around your number and not the client's expectation. Everybody wants to get the price down. All your prospects, they want to bring the price down. In fact, some will reject you because they might feel that the price is on the high side. They might feel that the price is too much for you. So it is now your duty as a skilled salesperson to make sure that you are able to project the value. At times, all it takes me is just to break it down. There was a time I had someone that, reached out to me that, oh, since NFCC is now selling at 800,000 naira per plot, she thinks that they should be able to get registered survey in their name. You know what I did? You don't need to say things that are out of it, or you don't need to even fight the person. Professionally, just analyze it. So what I did, because she even happens to be my friend, what I did was just to analyze it. Apparently, she has been told that to carry out the survey of a plot of land, you only need 50,000 naira. So she was actually doing a calculation based on that. So I had to correct that CO, to carry out a registered survey of a plot, especially in that location, you need between 200 to 250K. So now let's do the breakdown ourselves. Ladies and gentlemen, by the time we were done doing the breakdown, she agreed with me and she was like, oh, truly, truly, this is how it should be and all of that. So you must be so skilled that you know when to analyze. You have to be able to analyze, you have to be able to anchor your price. Now, let's imagine that she happens to be a potential buyer and she feels that, oh, I'm supposed to get this and that. And after doing that analysis, I've been able to convince him or her. And you know what they are going to do next? It is going to be easy to make a buying decision. It is going to be easy to make a buying decision. So you must be so skilled that you know all the values embedded in your products. You know everything that your product carries. You know everything that your product is saying. They ask you anything about any product, you are able to say it. And that is why I will keep telling you that, selling for 50, 100 real estate companies is never going to do you good. It's never going to do you good, because what it means is that you have to study this real estate products, you have to study that, you have to study that. You can never be effective like that. I mean, let's be sincere with ourselves. You can never be effective. You cannot master all products. You cannot achieve that. Select few real estate companies that you have confidence in. Take your time, master their products, so that you can go anywhere and talk about any product without having to consult your phone, without having to consult any book and all of that. So a product that you've not mastered, you cannot effectively sell it, right? Don't forget that if you anchor properly, the negotiation usually revolves around your number and not the client's expectation. Now, I think I've mentioned this, that when the clients, when they see profit and security, price becomes a secondary discussion. I've mentioned that when they see value, when they see profit, when they see security, the pricing of a thing is going to become the secondary. It's not going to be the main discussion. You'll see them moving towards, another direction, asking more detailed questions, because you've been able to anchor your price, you've been able to analyze the values, and now inside of them, they are beginning to think that, oh, it is truly worth it. Personally, I've been in negotiation table that if the seller has done well to analyze and anchor the price very well, I need no one to tell me that, oh, the price is fair. I'm convinced this thing is worth it. This thing is worth it. So as an intentional realtor, you know, you are bound to face rejections. You are bound to face clients telling you that, oh, this place is too expensive. How much is, people will tell you that, oh, I've bought land in this axis before. A plot is 400,000 naira. Why are you telling me to come and buy it 1.5 million naira? What do you do at that point? You analyze, you anchor yourself. You let them see the values embedded in your project. I think I mentioned that last week when the woman told me that, oh, one acre, 6 plots. I bought it for this so amount. Why are you telling me to come and buy a plot for 1.8 million naira? I had to tell her that, okay, the land you bought, are you even sure that if you go back there, the land you bought from Omonile, are you even sure that if you go back there, you are still going to meet it there? Okay, even if you go back and you still find it there, the security I'm going to give you over your land cannot be compared with the one Omonile will give you. Because one Omonile sold a property to you, trust me, they don't have any reason to look after it for you, unless if you know someone. Now you are buying land inside an estate. Now, when you buy from me, I am giving you a verifiable register survey, which would have cost you 250K if you are to buy from Omonile. I am giving you free deed of assignment. I am demarcating your land for you. I am providing security for you. And if you want to flip this land, if you want to sell it probably in 2 or 3 years' time, this is how much all of these things easily convinced her. And she saw the need to buy from me instead of buying from Omonile. Are we enjoying this class? So you must be able to let your potential buyer, let them see profit. Communicate profit, communicate security, communicate value to them. And trust me, the price is going to become a secondary discussion. And we also talked about the fact that you must always create a win-win scenario. It is very, very important. It is very, very, don't be so selfish that you would always be the only one that wants to win in negotiation. Winning is actually a feeling. Do you get it? It's a feeling. You have to be able to project, you have to be able to give them that feeling, right? Don't be selfish. Don't be selfish. It's a feeling. So it is that feeling that gives them a sense of security, is that feeling that gives them a sense of ownership. It also gives them a sense of belonging, because when you tell them that, oh, see, normally this is how much we sell it, but because we are running promo and because I have you in mind, because we love you, we want to sell it to you at this price and all of that. What do you think those words? What do you think is going to, how do you think is going to make them feel? You are giving them a sense of belonging that, see, because we care about you, because we love you, you are indirectly giving them a sense of ownership. And everybody wants that. Trust me, you are going to get that money out of their bank account. Everybody wants that, right? So you must be concerned about building a win-win deal. And what does a win-win deal, what does it do to you? It helps you to build trust. If you don't know, it helps you to get referrals, and it creates long-term relationships. Do you see why you need to be concerned about creating a win-win scenario, a win-win structure? Don't be selfish. When you are selfish, it's a feeling too that you are projecting to them. So once they have that impression about you that, oh, this realtor is too selfish, they will be afraid to refer you. Because I tell some of you that, your relationship with your prospect, with your client, is transactional. Once the transaction ends, then you don't know them again. They don't see your status update again. You don't give them updates again, which is not good. I mean, as an intentional realtor, you should be concerned about building long-term relations. See, the more the opportunity presents itself, keep positioning yourself for long-term relationship. Someone that bought 300 square meters of land from you 5 years ago might have the capacity to buy 10 acres from you, might have the capacity to buy a building project from you. But you know what is going to help you when that time comes? The experience you gave them 3 years ago, the experience you gave them 5 years ago, is what will bring them back to you. Now, they might not be the one to buy 10 acres from you 5 years later. It might be someone they refer. I don't know if you are getting me. It might be someone they refer. And that is why, for us at Landnest, we are always concerned about the experience. We are committed to getting better as each day passes. We want to get better in our delivery. We want to get better in our services, because we know that the experience is very important. How we've made you feel. Even as a salesperson, we want to give you the best experience ever. We keep getting better. Now, personally, this is what you should embrace as well. Don't say because a client wants to buy 300 square meters from you, you are not paying so much attention to them. You are not giving them a detailed update. You are not treating them the way you would treat someone that wants to buy 5 acres from you. Abba, no. Be intentional in your services. And that is what sets you apart from the roadside agents. I hope you are getting it, right? So the experience part is very, very important to you and I. When you build trust, when you build a win-win scenario, it helps you to build trust. It lands you referrals and long-term relationships. I won't lie to you, even as a surveyor, I live on referrals. I won't lie to you. A lot of people just come to my DM. Hello, Mr. Ife. My name is this. I got your number from this. I was told that you are the best surveyor I can get in town, and I need your service. I'll just be like, my God, my God. Now, someone that referred you, it will shock you that that person only gave me a plot of land to survey. Now, this person that is coming wants to do a survey of 10 acres. How? Just look at that. So don't say because a client wants to buy 300 square meters, you are not going to give them the same attention you would give someone that wants to buy 10 acres of land. I've always been loud about this. You sold, just like when we were selling Nest Farm Cluster City at 400,000 naira. Now the price is pegged at 800,000 naira. People that bought from you at 400,000 naira, have you gone to their DM? Have you messaged them to congratulate them about the increment? Have you messaged them to encourage them? Have you messaged them to highlight the importance of positioning themselves early? All of these things, there is a way it connects to their emotional bank accounts. Just put yourself in their position. You bought something at 400,000 naira, now it is selling at 800,000 naira, and the person that sold it to you just reached out, congratulating you on the 100% increment that just happens to your property. Now, also highlighting the importance of listening to him or her, also highlighting the importance of positioning themselves early enough. Now, do you know what that means? Do you know what that can do to you? It means that when you have a new project selling at a pre-order, pre-launch price, you can still have the confidence to go back to them. Now, you don't need to do much talking. You just need to remind them what they got when they listen to you, what they got when they position themselves early. Do you get it? So you have to be so skilled that they can't look away. They can't take you out of a deal. They can't take you out of a negotiation. Some of you, you've been talking to potential buyers, and all of a sudden, they just ghosted you. Do you know what just happened? They just bought from another intentional realtor. Stop leaving deal on the table. Stop losing deals with your lackadaisical attitude. Stop losing deals, right? If you want to make money in real estate, you have to be detailed. You have to pay attention to details, right? So referrals are good. And do you know one amazing thing about referrals? Now, when you are being referred, you don't see they've done 50% of the closing for you. It's always very, very sweet. Unlike you meeting someone for the first time, you have to start from zero. You have to start telling them, oh, this is who I am, this is what I've been able to do. But when someone refers you, trust me, they've done 15% of the work for you. All you need to do is just to perfect it. They've done it. Just like I cited myself as an example now, you know, someone still called me, I think on Friday. Hello, Mr. Ife, my name is Mr. Victor, and someone referred me to you. I want to buy land in Ibadan. I told him to mention the place. And trust me, 10 minutes on the call with him, the person was just saying, wow, wow, I am glad I connected with you. Wow, okay, I will do everything you've instructed me to do. Wow, I am super, super happy. Well, he has not engaged me. He has not paid me 1 naira. But trust me, I just created a lasting impression. I just established myself in his heart. I just registered myself in his heart. If he's going to buy that land, he will not give it to someone else. Some of you, you only have 2 or 3 minutes to make a lasting impression. And you know what? You are messing it up. You are going to mess it up because you are not detailed enough. You don't know the things to say. You don't know how to convince people. And at the end of the day, all you are saying is, oh, I don't know why I'm struggling. I don't know why I cannot sell, and all of these things. People that are doing amazingly well in that aspect, they didn't come with it from heaven. They learned it. So Monday morning training are very, very important to you and I. I mean, you shouldn't miss it for anything. You shouldn't miss it for anything. Now, control the conversation, highlight the value, and guide your client to smart decision. It's as simple as that. It's as simple as that. I don't know why the time is always moving fast on Monday morning like this, right? Do we get that? Control the conversation, highlight the value, and guide the client to smart decision. I hope you get that. Don't forget, this week for me, I am concerned about creating a win-win scenario. So, because the more I do that, it helps me to build trust, it helps me to build referrals, and it helps me to build long-term relationships. This man that called me on Friday, I asked him, okay, who referred me? He mentioned the name. When I got on the call with the person, he said, this man, we work together. I just heard him saying that he wants to buy a land. And I had to tell him that, see, if you don't want to lose your hard-earned money, I know someone that combines everything together, real estate knowledge and surveying knowledge. You need to contact him. You need to contact him. Now, when you are detailed enough, you've shown to the world that you are so skilled and deeply rooted in what you do, then your name will be mentioned in the room of opportunity. You know, the man had to tell him that don't buy the land without contacting Mr. Ife. I've not seen him, I don't know him, but it further tells you that as a salesperson, you have to be intentional in your craft. People need to know you, that no, this is what he does, this is what she does, and she does it very, very, very well. If you're enjoying this class, can you send your favorite emoji? You know, we are going to conclude this topic today because someone else will be taking over from next week. If you are truly enjoying the class, I want to see more reactions from you. You know, let's encourage ourselves. I want to see more reactions from you, more reactions, more. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for sending your favorite emoji. Now, last week we stopped at win-win structures, which I've actually mentioned. Now, the next one we are going to be talking about is protecting margin. Listen, guys, protecting margin. Protecting margin. Now, every discount has a financial consequence. For us at Landnest, I can tell you that if you are selling a project at 800,000 naira, it is just the best you can get out there. Now, people will tell you that if you truly want to sell a product, in fact, all these people that sells maybe clothes, shoes, they do it very well. If they know that the best price they can sell the shoe is 10,000 naira, now you'll be shocked that they might give you the first price of 30,000 naira because they know that you are definitely going to price it right. But you know, land is so valuable, and um you know, we cannot be pricing land like clothes. It's not possible. It's a valuable something. Now, as an intentional realtor, it is also your duty to protect the margin because every discount has a financial consequence. And at times when you come to us and you tell us, oh, I have someone that wants to buy this, and he or she is willing to pay less of 2 million naira, you see that 2 million naira goes a long way. And would just tell you that, see, we don't want to do anything that will now be like a stumbling block. It will stop us from delivering the value we've promised in the first place, because that is what a lot of people are missing. When property prices are reduced unnecessarily, both the developer and the realtor lose value. I mean, where is the lie? That's the truth anyways. When the property prices are being reduced, when you reduce it, when you allow your potential buyer, and because some of you are so desperate, I mean, see, I've noticed something. Everybody wants value. I will keep saying this. Everybody wants value. For every price you see us bringing out is as a result of detailed survey, is as a result of market survey. So we won't just sit down and say, oh, this property, this is how much we want to sell it, right? If you know your vision and you truly believe in it, then do everything that helps you to deliver, because delivery is one of the challenges we are having in this industry. Delivery is one of the problems we are having in this industry. Now, may we never find ourselves in a scenario whereby we won't be able to deliver. But I can tell you that when discounts are too much, then delivery becomes a problem. Now, for the desperate developers out there, that is how they indirectly land themselves in problems, because they are so desperate to sell. They want Mr. A to buy even at a ridiculous price. They want Mr. B to buy even at a ridiculous price. Then you see them accepting every deal that comes their way. No. In fact, I'm going to advise you, when you see a developer that accepts any ridiculous offer you give to them, be careful. Because at the end, you are going to cry. I can tell you that. You are going to cry your eyes out. Because when the time comes and you ask the developer, oh, where is my client's plot? Where is my client's housing project? You know what the developer is going to do? Shebi, we both agreed to a discounted price. Shebi, you chop money. Be detailed and be professional in your conduct. When you see a developer accepting ridiculous prices, ridiculous offers, be careful. Be so careful, because when you lose a client's trust, oh, it takes heavenly intervention to revive it. I hope you agree with me. So you would always want to do everything to maintain the trust. It is not easy to build trust, I can tell you for a fact. But you can lose your trust within a minute. It takes a lot of work to build trust. It takes a lot of intentionality to build trust. But trust me, under a minute, you can lose it. So I'm very, very sure and certain that you wouldn't want to lose your trust. So many many realtors weaken negotiations because they want to secure quick agreement. Just like I mentioned, because you are so desperate to secure quick agreement, then you weaken the negotiation. This approach often leads to avoidable price reductions. Professional realtors protect margin by maintaining discipline during negotiation. One thing is peculiar: when you are in a negotiation table, you have to maintain discipline. Don't be too easily moved. On negotiation table, you are bound to hear, unrealistic things, stuff that they can never come to reality. Now, don't be easily swayed away. Don't be easily moved. Right? You have to maintain one thing, which is discipline. Discipline is required at the negotiation table. They do not rush to reduce price. They focus on reinforcing the value of the investment. I think we've mentioned that. They focus on reinforcing the value of the investment. Confidence plays a major role in this stage. Clients often test the strength of the offer before committing. You can bear me the witness. It's what they do. They will always test the confidence of the offer. They will always test you. They will ask questions. If you are unable to provide detailed answer, trust me, the next thing you are going to see in your DM is, can we do 50 million naira from 100 million naira? They will firstly divide it into two for you, right? Now, your confidence also play a major role. Some of you would always shy away from physical me, I even prefer physical negotiation more than virtual negotiation. I prefer it a lot. See, it's always very, very easy for me to create a win-win scenario to get the best deal when I engage in a physical negotiation. Just like I mentioned earlier, physical negotiation allows me to study your body language. I study the movement of your lips, your eye movements. I am concerned about it. I am maintaining a direct eye contact with you. Trust me, all of these things also matters. It helps me a lot. But when we talk about virtual negotiation, you might not be seeing yourself. The highest you can do is maybe a video call and all of that. But I would always pick physical negotiation because it also allows me to display my confidence. Trust me, some of you are losing deals because you are not confident enough. Physically, they are asking you, why do you think I should pay 5 million naira for this property? And your body language is not even, in support of your answer. You are just saying, just pay 5 million naira because we are running promo. That is not the only thing they want to hear. And your body language is so sluggish, is not agreeing with you. Trust me, people that are skilled in negotiation, they are looking at your body language. And because your body language is not agreeing with you, it might be the only reason you are going to lose that deal. I am speaking from experience. It might be the only reason you are going to lose that transaction. So you have to display your confidence. Confidence plays a major role in this stage, especially when you have to keep mentioning the value over and over and over again. Now, when the realtor remains calm and consistent, the client begins to respect the position being presented. A lot of instances, I've maintained my position, I've maintained my stand, and it is only going to take 2-3 days before they come back. You know what, Mr. Ife, we want to go ahead with that deal. We do it a lot. Myself and Dr. Shola, we do it a lot, especially when we want to buy bulk land. We do it, right? But based on our skill, know when to press the brake. Before we can do that, there must be some things we have seen There is a level of commitment we've seen because Matt will shade you so that Kuma will lose the deal. The point I'm trying to nail down is, there are things you must have seen that can give you the confidence to just say, oh, I just have to maintain my position. They will always come back. They will always come back. That is why we would advise you to always be on top of your game. Every time, keep adding to yourself. It can never be enough. Keep getting better, keep getting better, keep getting better. The better you got last week might be the one that will pave way for you this week. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. The value you added to yourself intellectually, the knowledge you gained last year, even last year, might be the one to fetch you money this year. So why would you joke with knowledge? It's not advisable. So keep adding to yourself. Keep adding knowledge to yourself. Keep learning, guys. Keep learning. Don't joke with learning. Keep learning. It will pave way for you. If you are truly intentional in this game, in this sales game, you can never joke with knowledge. Don't ever find yourself in a position whereby you feel that you know too much. You don't know anything. You don't know a jack. Because the truth is, if you are privileged to witness some people negotiating, some people prospecting, some people talking to potential buyers, you just say, oh my God. You just be saying, oh, more, I don't know anything. So I want to tell you this morning that you don't know a jack. Just to let you know that don't joke with learning. Keep learning and keep learning and keep getting better. Is your sure ticket to success in this real estate game. You have to persevere. You have to be patient. I mean, you have to be patient. Some of you just got into real estate. After 2 weeks, you're already tired. I mean, what do you even know? People that have been in the game for 2-3 years, they are still making little money. But because they have the assurance that, yes, this is my vision, I am passionate about it, I am deeply rooted about it, I just need to be consistent, the result is going to come at me very big. That is the only thing that keeps them going. So, guys, this morning, I want to tell you that you have to keep adding to yourself. When the realtor remains calm and consistent, the client begins to respect the position being presented. Protecting margin is not about resisting the client. Listen to that. Protecting margin is not about resisting the client. Now, the moment you think that you protecting margin also means you are resisting the client, then trust me, you can never get the best deal. In fact, you are likely to lose that transaction. At times, these people you are talking to, they have the money. Do you know that it is your discipline at times that will eventually convince them? Do you know that it is because you are able to stand your ground? They want to know how firm you are. Trust me, I have gotten a deal because of that. The man kept coming and coming. Mr. Ife, I said, see, even if the governor negotiates on your behalf, I'm not going to reduce it. Eventually, he bought. Now, when we got to talk, I said, why did you eventually buy? For me, I already thought, probably, he said, Mr. Ife, I just appreciated something about you. You were so firm. And you were re-emphasizing the value the property carries. You keep talking about it. You were so firm in your position, and that alone, it gave me the impression that, oh, I can actually deal with you because you know what you are doing. Guys, your firmness could be the one to fetch you the deal. So know that protecting the margin is not the same as resisting the client. It is about preserving the integrity of the transaction. Don't accept ridiculous deals because you are desperate. When you see developers that take ridiculous deals every time, I want to tell you this morning to run, because you will eventually cry. Don't accept ridiculous deals. Preserve the integrity of the transaction. It is very, very important. Now, the next one we are going to be talking about is handling client pressure. My God, this is very, very common. I have to rush this at this point. Handling client pressure. Buyers often apply pressure during negotiation. This pressure may appear as comparison with other properties, hesitation to commit, or repeated requests for discounts. Now listen, guys. A skilled realtor does not react emotionally to these situations. It's a normal thing. It's what you and I will do. Oh, before coming to you, I've actually spoken to 3 people that does the same thing. It's a lie. In most cases, it's a lie. Now, as a skilled realtor, you don't have to say stuff like, if you have priced this before, why are you coming to me? Go and buy it from them now. Go and buy it from them. And you are going to end up in tears. You don't need that. Guys, you don't need to do that. You don't need to emotionally react to this situation. They are normal thing as far as negotiation is concerned. Instead, the realtor redirects the conversation towards the core factors that determine property value. Do you see that? It's a normal thing that happens. It happens every time. What you do as a skilled realtor is to redirect them to the conversation that talks about the core factors that determine the property value. The title security, the infrastructure development, the location advantage, and the developer's credibility. A lot of people will buy from you because they know that the developer is credible. And that is why we would always tell you, one of the ways to sell our products easily is to refer them to our antecedents. I would always say this. God has blessed us at Landnest. God has helped us, refer them to our antecedents. Just tell them, okay, check our website, check this, check that. Talk about the projects we've done and we've delivered. Talk about it. Trust me, that alone could be the only reason you are going to get that transaction done. Guys, right? Talk about Landnest antecedents. Talk about the things we've done in the past. Talk about the title security. Talk about the infrastructure development. A lot of people. So last week, myself and Dr. Shola, we actually paid outrightly. We paid outrightly for CFOs for 3 of our properties. And the consultant was actually shocked that can we have more real estate companies like this? So now in few weeks, if you start seeing file numbers or CFO volume number, don't be shocked. It's because we are so intentional to protect your client's investment with us. I mean, we want to give them an investment that can stand the test of time. It's as simple as that. So those are the sacrifices we keep making over and over again. And we know that in turn, it increases our credibility. It establishes our credibility. Do you get it, guys? So when you want to determine the property value, right, it's good you talk about these things too. Developers' credibility. Now, if they come to you and tell you, I've consulted this company, this is how much they are selling, I've consulted this company, this is how much they are selling, and you know these companies, you know that they might not be as credible as you are. Why don't you talk about it? Why don't you talk about the things you've been able to do? The deliveries you've been able to do. It might be the only thing. When there was a time, I think a client reached out to Director Shola when we were selling NFCC. He just said, see, this oil palm plantation, I've seen a company, they promised me 25 million naira after 3 years, blah, 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 blah. This is this. You know what Director Shola did? He highlighted the values. And eventually, he just said, you know what? Please go and do your assignment very well. Go and make your research very well and all of that. Truly, they've promised them, what I term as unrealistic ROI. They've promised them figures that will eventually make them to cry. They will so much cry because it is never unrealistic. And that is what a lot of developers out there do. They are so desperate, to get you to give them your hard-earned money. They want to milk you at all means. They are looking for all means to milk you, right? Now, eventually, this client came back, said, Dr. Shola, you know what? I think I'm going to stay with Landnest. I'm going to stay with Landnest. Because after doing research, after going here and there, eventually he saw the value we are projecting. I mean, why do you have to promise unrealistic ROI just to get people's attention? No, we don't do that here. So when you are talking, when you are one of the ways you will properly handle your client's pressure is to talk about the developer's credibility. It is very, very important to you and I, right? Very, very important. Now, when the conversation returns to these fundamentals, clients begin to evaluate the property more objectively. Listen to that. They begin to evaluate the property more objectively. Negotiation becomes easier when the discussion focuses on value rather than the price alone. You don't talk about the price alone. Value, 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 value. I believe in something and I will keep saying it. When you focus on value, when you are intentional about value, money will automatically chase you. I so much love that. So this alone helps me to keep adding value to myself every day. It helps me to keep adding value to my deliveries every day. It helps me to keep adding values to my services every day. I want to get on a call with a potential buyer, and they are already loving me already. Now, when they love me, to love my product becomes easier because it's a way of connecting to their emotional bank accounts. I don't know if you get it. And some people out there, even people that are scamming people, they understand this. They get them to love them first, and whatever they introduce to them, because they love them, they are emotionally attached to them. They are ready to buy it, either it is rubbish or not. But because I know that what I carry is not even rubbish, right? So keep adding value to yourself. It's also applicable to whatever you are selling. Project the value properly. Mention the value properly. Trust me, guys, money will chase you. They will be begging you with money. They will bring money to you. It's as simple as that. Negotiation becomes easier when the discussion focuses on value rather than price. Time has gone, but I'm closing right now. Now, the next point we are going to be talking about quickly is moving towards commitment. Now, negotiation must lead to a clear decision point. As an intentional realtor, as a skilled realtor, everything you are going to say, everything you are going to be telling the client from the starting point till you end it must make them to make a clear decision so that your effort won't end up being wasted. Do you get it? You must be able to ask questions that helps them to make decision. Okay, so how many plus sizes are you going? How many plus sizes are you going for? Which one is, I still want to leave you to go and think about it. Yes, there are instances you have to allow them to think about it. But mo ti ń sọ̀rọ̀ for 3 days. Oh, fẹ́ rọjà lọ́wọ́ mi. You and who? Ta ló ń bá sọ? How many plus sizes are you going for, bro? Let's talk business and send me money. I don't know if you get it, right? Now, it must lead to a clear decision point. The purpose of the discussion is to guide the clients towards commitment. Do you hear that? That is the purpose of the discussion in the first place. All the values you are going to mention, how you are going to anchor the price, how you handling their pressure, you protecting the margin, you creating a win-win structures, you managing their expectation should lead them to making commitments. Don't forget, that is the goal. Don't forget. Now, it will not do you so much good that you've done everything we've been talking about since last week and you are still not able to get them to commit. It could mean a lot of things, right? Because whoever that is not serious might not be able to follow you through. So if you have been able to establish the fact that, yes, they are really serious, they are sincere, and they have the money, and you are able to follow through everything we've been discussing this last week, my dear brothers and sisters, they must commit. That is the purpose. Once the client's concern has been addressed, listen, once their concerns, you've addressed them, the realtor should direct the conversation towards action. Take action. You've addressed all their concerns. You've given them the room to ask questions over and over and over again. Now, lead them towards taking action. I mean, it is going to do you no good that you've been doing that for quite a number of days and you are still unable to get them to take action. No, it doesn't work like that. This may involve booking an inspection. Listen, this may involve booking an inspection, securing a plot, or confirming payments arrangements. Delays weaken momentum. I won't lie to you. Based on my experience, I've seen how delay weakens momentum. The moment you've been able to raise their momentum, they've been able to ask you amazing questions. It's a feeling. Personally, you are already feeling yourself that yes, I sabi this thing. Please, please, I want to beg you, leave them to commit. See, the moment you leave them to thinking about it, they might actually talk to someone that was not involved in everything you've been doing since 2 days ago. Now you've been trying to create, you've protected the margin, you've handled their pressure, you've managed their expectations, you've anchored the price, you've projected the value surrounding the project. Right now, instead of you to lead them to taking action, making a deposit or paying outrightly, now you are leaving them, you are delaying again. Now they will now talk to their girlfriend. Mubola, how are you? In fact, there is this property I want to buy. And you know what? Because Mubola has not been involved in your conversation, everything you've been doing, what do you think Mubola will do? You want to buy from real estate company? Hey, you want to lose your money. You are going to lose your money. You are going to do this. Mubola will not know that you've been able to establish your credibility, the things you've been able to do, your achievements, your antecedents. You've done everything that needs to be done. But because Mubola is now coming into the conversation, Mubola might, in fact, might discourage him. And when you get in touch back, you just see that you are starting from zero again. So no, as a skilled realtor, you need to be able to ask questions. You need to be able to take them into action. You need to be able to ask questions that propel them into taking action, right? You need to be able to ask them, when are you making deposits? Do you want to make deposits now? I will not even ask you, I call account number, no DM. I mean, if I send you account number, what am I telling you? Pay money in here now. That's the meaning. Guys, so it is very, very important. You must be able to move them towards making commitments. Now, just like I mentioned, delays weaken momentum. Don't forget that you've been building this momentum. They are enjoying you. They've been asking questions. It's a momentum. Now, don't allow delay to weaken it. Now, a structured close. Listen, guys. A structured close helps the client to move from interest to ownership. Look at that. A structured close helps the client to move from interest to ownership. Do you see that? So you must be able to graduate them from interest to ownership. As a skilled realtor, right, your structured close should be moving your clients from interest to ownership. And how do they claim ownership? That means they've paid. That means they've deposited. So you must be able to move them from interest to ownership. Realtors must develop the discipline to guide clients confidently through this stage. You can. Some of you now, oh, my name is Badebo, I'm a real estate consultant. I take you the process, I take you through the process of becoming a property owner and all of that. You think the process is just asking them, oh, yeah, pay this money? No, these are the processes, right? You are guiding them, and that is what I'm saying again this morning. As an intentional realtor, an intentional salesperson, you must develop the discipline. And why do you need discipline? You see, all these processes can be tiring at times. All these processes will question your credibility. It will question your skill. But the discipline to stay true the process, it is what makes you unique. That is what makes you unique. And that is why you need the discipline. Because some people can be funny. Even someone that wants to buy 300 square meters, that only has 200K to deposit, might be asking a question that even someone that bought a property of 100 million naira did not ask from you. It's what we experience daily. And you now be like, come on, someone that trusted me with 10 million naira last week didn't even stress me like this. Why are you stressing me? You only want to make. So if you are not careful, you might want to emotionally react, which will not be good for you. So now you need the discipline to stay true to that. I hope you are getting value. Now, the last one, key lessons. What are the key lessons? Now, negotiation requires preparation and discipline. Listen to that. Negotiation requires preparation and discipline. Strong price anchoring protects property value. Clear expectation management prevents unnecessary price disputes. Structured agreements create balanced outcomes for both parties. Now, confidence and composure strengthens negotiation outcomes. A strong realtor prepares for negotiation. Negotiation is the stage where value is protected and trust is tested. Listen to that, guys. Negotiation is the stage where value is protected and trust is tested. Realtors must develop the negotiation discipline to close better deals, maintain price integrity, and build stronger professional credibility. Ladies and gentlemen, we hereby come to the end of today's class. I've taken 8 more minutes of your time, but if you have truly gotten value, please, I want you to send your favorite emoji.